forming omega is a bounded fixed domain, and for vector fields we look at just giving a form given by the following. Equation Q, equation R, and here we have equation x minus 1, epsilon x plus, that's what I can see that. I will come to the integral right away. Let me say here that this constantly matrix with real entries, of course, is definite. And in the application, this is symmetric. But it's way more common for that. So this is in L2, then you have form domain is here, and we need equations in L2, algorithms in L2, and we put the familiar condition here, saying the normal component of U, and this is epsilon. Okay. So the operator given by this form is formally minus of U and minus algorithms, and boundary conditions are the one we already have here, and another one which is the cross some like condition here. Okay. This is not natural operator. You take the identity matrix, this is what is called Foxler class. In a paper by Alison Trier, all the 7. And the difference is that they have here coefficients, and the only thing that you see is the regularity is that this is that. The question is, of course, what is not? This is not that simple. Because the C omega is well known for this bounded fixed domain does not get one. You get H1R. And this that is F3. And this was because of course the addition that is and because we have very high time. It also take it. That also has this one second because the operators want to say if the boundary is put this then we have that H1 here and then H1 takes to L6, then you can see so we would have this, I don't have this but last remark on this. For the Rotschlag class you can consider this operator. This is what we call Stokes operator with Poisson conditions. And what we now obtain is spectral multiplier theorem, more or less this type for the Stokes operator with Poisson conditions. This is in sharp contrast to what is known for the Stokes operator. The reason is because it is clear that for bounded fixed domain one has an extent good outside of it. And because we proved this recently, it is not even known because we talked about cases that this morning this operator is the boundary conditions Stokes operator boundaries. And you see here, this is not scattered in some cases, because we have functions which are not at a certain exactly can have complex form. Yeah, I mean, they have already here. You have what they call morphologically. These are estimates. You can translate them into estimates from the morphology. And if you have such an estimate, then you can get here. So it's execute and such this from everyone to the air, something like that, because we work on high stakes the conditions from everything. There's another kind of estimates which are more restrictive, which provide 10 or much more. These are assumptions which allow you to improve the regularity levels. But as I told you at the beginning, you cannot do the problem. Yeah. And it is then no. Yeah, just yeah, that is, maybe, I mean, you see what I talked to you about it. That's important. Of course, there are a lot of different studies for the special case.
Yeah, it was early snowfalls all over the house.
But I'm glad. I want to start by congratulating the German nation. German soccer team was marvelous and really deserved it. And, alright. So, let me start today. So this, my talk is intended to be somehow more informative than, well, I don't want to get too much into details, technical details. So, despite being a kind of technical subject, I'm trying to make it as complicated as possible. Then you might know again if I just get to the point now. Okay, so, essentially, sum up some work that I've been doing over the last couple of years on this function, and then with lately some applications to number theory, like Hilbert spaces and bound for the Riemann zeta function. Alright, so let me start. I'll divide this talk into 3 parts. So the first part I'll talk about this extreme problem of Bernoulli and Hilbert type, and well, I don't expect you to follow all the details and all the slides, just get the basic idea. But the main problem that I'll be talking about today, motivation for it, is this extreme problem here. I give you a real valued function, and I want to find functions of exponential type that approximate this function in that way possible, right? So given an entire function f, given a real function f, real value function f, I want to find real entire functions L and M, especially L and M have a prescribed exponential type. L is below f and M is above f. And subject to condition 1 and 2, L and M minimize at one distance to f. Okay? So this one-sided condition here is important for applications. Of course, you could consider the same problem of just approximating the function f, but this is a pure approximation theory problem. It's not good for application. Well, here exponential type is, of course, this quantity, and it's pretty much related to, the main important thing is that it's related to the support of Fourier transform. Right? So exponential type finite plus some decay condition on the line means that the support of the Fourier transform function is contained on a compact interval. Right? Exponential type tau, support contained on the interval minus tau over 2 pi, tau over 2 pi. Here I use a classical science notation for Fourier transform with 2 pi ix. Okay. As I said, previous work on this by Bernstein, Klein, Akiza, and Nagy on the pure approximation problem without the one-side condition. And then, at least to my knowledge, the first one to consider this problem was Bernoulli on the 30s for the function f of x signal moment. I'll show you in the next slide exactly what it is. And then Zelberg in the 70s, Logan for the characteristic function of intervals, then Wallin in the 1980s for the exponential function theory. So a typical picture of this problem is this. Right? So here's Bernoulli's original construction for the blue function. And the blue function here is the best function of exponential type 2 pi that lies above the signal function. Zellberg in the 70s had the radiator to combine two signal functions of the ship to produce a characteristic function of an interval, and of course, to sum the two matrons, you get a matrix for the characteristic function of the interval. This is not always optimal, but it's a simple enough construction to be used for a lot of applications in number theory connected to guard C inequality, derivation to inequality, super type inequality, and so on and so on. So this was in the 70s and the 80s with so-called magic functions, because it was very convenient to somehow have a characteristic function of an interval popping up on a certain place, and you substitute for a matron that has the Fourier transform compact to support the lower calculations that is much simpler. Here are pictures of Bernoulli and Zellberg. What? Of course, you can consider the problem in its full generality, right? If you want to be very hardcore, you can say, well, okay, so now let's move to dimension n, and let me give you a compact convex symmetric set K, and you a non-negative Borel measure on Rn, and I give you a function from Rn to R. I want you to find me two entire functions L and M of several complex variables, such that they have distribution of Fourier transform supported on the compact set K. They majorizes F and L minorizes F, and subject to 1 and 2, they minimize a certain L1 metric with this weight in right? Almost in this full generality, this problem is very complicated. Well, the problem was very complicated before. I think my pointer stopped working. I don't know. And the only previous work on this several variables was done by Jeff Ballard in 1996 when he considered the characteristic functions of balls, and then with my compact convex symmetric set, the support of Fourier transform in the Euclidean ball. Of course, you can give a concept of exponential type. The concept of exponential type is several variables, but it's not connected to a convex compact set. So it depends on the set that you choose a priori. Alright. Let me give you a crazy example to show you what are the difficulties in this sort of problems and how we can proceed. So the simplest example that I can think is this, what I call the one delta problem. This is a problem that you can ask your students in the quantifying sense. I usually do that in class. So find your function f, which is integral with Fourier transform supported in -1, 1, such that f is non-negative and f of 0 is bigger than 1. You want to find a function that is non-negative, but it's bigger than the delta at the origin. F of 0 is bigger than 1 in this sense. And you want to find the integral of f. What's the minimum value of f hat of 0? People thought about this problem for a long time on this way. You need two weapons here to attack this problem. You need one weapon to prove the existence of such matrons, and you need a weapon to prove that such a matron that you produce is optimal. And for example, you can prove optimality here using the Poisson summation, right? Of course, if you have your function f, which satisfies these properties, sum of f of k is sum of f hat of n, but f of k, f being bigger than 0 everywhere, bigger than 1 at the origin, so the sum of f k is of course bigger than 1. And being f with supporting -1, 1, some of f hat is just f hat of 0, which is the integral that you want to calculate. So you get a Poisson summation simply that f hat of 0 is bigger than 1. So now, if you get some conditions for equality here, right? For this equality to happen, f has to be 0 at all the integer points, and has to be exactly 1 at the origin. Since f has to be above the 0 function on the integers, you actually have that it has to touch. You get the derivative at that point, because it's non-negative and it's 0 at the integers, so you get the derivative at those points. And you sort of have these interpolation formulas to reconstruct a function, given the values of the integers, right? So if you give me a function with Fourier transform supported minus a half, the information of the integers is enough to reconstruct the function. This is known as what Shannon interpolation theorem, if you want. Right? But if I give a function with supported minus 1, 1, you can either give me the information at the half integers, or you can give me the information at the integers plus the derivative of the integers, right? So this is the spirit of this problem. If I give the information at the integers plus the derivative of the integers, you can reconstruct the function immediately. Right? And with this information, I find that this function, sin pi 0 pi squared, is the best function for this problem. So this is the answer. Let's do one. Nice. Way 2. Well, and this way 2 is the one that's going to be generalized in a minute. Again, if I have a non-negative function of exponential type 2 pi, with transform supporting -1, 1, then I can write this non-negative function as a square of a function of half of the type. So this is a classical result of pi. Fourier transform of t supporting minus a half. Now, I'm going to consider this Hilbert space of L2 functions with Fourier transform supporting minus half a half. This is from a Pavilion space of type pi. Okay? Of course, this is Hilbert space, just because of the Fourier inversion. And then the optimality here does not follow from the Poisson summation, which is an L1 result, but follows from Poincare L identity, which is an L2 result, for convenience for us here. And you start by trying to write the L1 norm of f. This is the object that you want to minimize, but f is g squared, so you have the L1 norm of f is the integral